So the gossip is rife all over the place that Asamoah Gyan wants to go and play for the Black Stars because he wants to correct this error. I'm sure they can get the footage of Asamoah Gyan hitting the penalty, certain that he has scored that penalty for the Black Stars in that winter weather in South Africa in 2010's World Cup. I forget which stadium the game was played. I believe it was about the FNB Stadium. Was
Soccer
it
City.
The Soccer City in Johannesburg. Yeah, there Asamoah Gyan, your shot over there. Asamoah Gyan, they think, wants to correct the error of the penalty. And so now he wants to get back into the Black Stars and pay back Ghanaians what he thinks that he owes Ghana to score an important goal that qualifies Ghana from one stage of the World Cup to the other. He will be delighted if that goal qualifies Ghana from the quarterfinal to the semi-finals. He will then retire knowing that he has done his best for his motherland, his fatherland, his Accra Academy land. And so that's why they say Asamoah Gyan wants to play in the Black Stars. Okay, that's noble, isn't it? The other one is that Asamoah Gyan wants to disturb the Ayew. That's very cynical, isn't it? Why does he want to disturb? Why will the Ayew be disturbed if Asamoah Gyan is in? The Ayew is the captain of the team. Nobody can change that. But that's also part of the story. So they said if Asamoah Gyan is citing Roger Miller as a basis, Stephen Appiah should also work off his socks and get in there. And he can also play, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. After all, he looks fitter than Asamoah Gyan. That's what some people say. I don't know. Then Asamoah Gyan and Suleiman Tari, who has actually been playing for Hasselhoff. In fact, when we were drawn against Nigeria, people felt that Suleiman Tari should be in the team just to scare the Nigerians a bit and his power of distribution. For the next 10 minutes, I want Awal to take it player by player and let's assess the potential of each player joining. Asamoah Gyan has already been appointed by President Akufo-Addo as a member of the national squad, not just the playing body, but the national Ghanaian representation. Asamoah Gyan is an ambassador for the government of Ghana at the World Cup. So he will be with the team. Awal, should he be in the playing team?
No.
He shouldn't be?
Big no.
Why?
I'm just trying to figure out what he's going to do within the setup.
What's Asamoah Gyan going to do in the setup?
No.
He's coming in. What did Roger Miller do in the setup in 1990?
Roger Miller was still playing.
Not quite.
Let me ask you, which team is Asamoah Gyan playing right now?
Legon Cities.
No, it's not part.
The last team he played for was Legon City.
Yes, and that was the last 2 seasons. He wasn't part of the last season. Just this ended season of which Kotoko won the league. He wasn't part of the season.
Yeah, but Roger Miller was not part of anything when he came to play in 1990.
He was playing.
Not quite.
Even in 1994, he was playing. Not to talk of 1990. 1994,
he wasn't playing regularly, was he?
He was playing for Tonnerre Yaoundé. But he came and
played. In Cameroon, Yaoundé? Yeah, he had retired by then. Roger Miller played in 82's World Cup.
Yes.
So by 1990, he had retired.
No.
He was back home in Yaoundé and enjoying himself.
They decided not to call him. And then the president of the Republic, Paul Biya, decided to intervene.
Yes, and said, take Roger Miller to the World Cup.
And he became an instant hit.
That's the Roger Miller photograph. Beautiful, yes. It worked, didn't it?
It worked. And even in 1994 also, at age 42, he came again and he scored.
Yes. But 42 is the regular age, isn't it?
Yes.
94.
Yes.
So assuming he was more than that, then he played well. I'm not saying he was more than that. I don't know. I'm just saying that 42 if he was more than that.
For me, I can't answer.
Okay, now Asamoah Gyan is toward 35. So why can't he play?
I'm asking, which team is he playing for? How is his fitness level?
His fitness level is really the legitimate concern that has been discussed. But beyond fitness level, does he have the caliber to be in the team?
Or maybe as a technical team member to add maybe...
No, as a finisher for the last 15 minutes of the game.
No.
So you are playing Portugal, you've done the Otto-Addo thing, you've done your 5-back, you've held Portugal to a goalless draw.
We are playing
15 minutes to go, you introduce Asamoah Gyan in, get Jordan to sit down, get Asamoah Gyan in, see whether he can create danger in the penalty area of the Portuguese. He just might score.
We are playing teams with tough and then top-notch defenders.
But they get tired.
Portugal have the likes of Ruben Diaz.
He's old.
No, Ruben Diaz is not old.
How old is he?
Ruben Diaz is around, he's in his 20s. Pepe is around.
Pepe is old.
Yeah, Pepe is old.
Very old.
But they have Jose Fonte. They have Rafael Guerrero. Joao, and then Joao, this guy from Manchester City. Talk of the Uruguayan team. Ronald Araujo. Talk about Raul Jimenez. Diego Godin, top defenders. For Korea, Kim Min-jae and the likes. We are not going to take Asamoah Gyan to that World Cup.
Yeah,
we need people who are physically fit for the test.
The quality of defenders that you are enumerating.
Yeah.
And are they at the standard of Asamoah Gyan's striking ability? He's the guy who scored the most goals for Ghana at every tournament all put together.
Yeah. The African
He's played
with the
in
most
2 World Cups.
No, 3.
3 World Cups.
Yes.
The defense of 2006 of the what are they called? The country we played the second game with the most rated country at the time. The Czech Republic.
Yes.
The defense that he played against, including Peter Cech in goal,
that
he scored against them. Asamoah Gyan's caliber is beyond these names
but
you are frightening us with.
You look at 2006. How old was he around that time?
Fair enough. He was young. But I'm saying that he played against opposition. That should not let these names frighten him.
Football is a depreciable business.
Okay, I think Asamoah Gyan should go to the World Cup and should be allowed to play as originally as part of the team. He should be allowed to play for 5-10 minutes.
Okay.
Should be allowed to train with the team.
You are entitled to your opinions.
Yeah, but you think no, eh?
No.
Okay, let's come to Stephen Appiah.
Stephen Appiah, he wasn't even good enough to be in 2014, not to talk of 2022 Qatar. So for Stephen Appiah, it's a hell no.
Can't he be the Roger Miller? He's a creative player.
No.
But Stephen Appiah looks physically fit when you look at him.
Stephen
Probably
Appiah,
better than Gyan.
He has had the chances in 2006 and then even 2010. How of that impact was he having in that team?
Because Gyan was spectacular.
Kojo Asamoah was the one who...
Gyan was spectacular. Yes, that's why you probably didn't see Appiah. Appiah was okay in 2010, but Gyan was spectacular.
He wasn't commanding a regular starting place. In
2010 he was?
Yes. No.
Wasn't he in the starting lineup in that ill-fated game?
He never
the Uruguayan game. Was he not in the starting lineup?
Any game.
Who did he come in for?
All the games that you saw him, he came in the second half. I can give
2010?
Yes, I can give you the lineups of the matches we played from the first group game up to the quarterfinals.
Who was he coming to substitute regularly? Do you remember?
It depends.
Like who?
There were times he came to substitute Prince Tego and the likes. So it depends. He never started any game.
So who captained the team on the field?
John Mensah.
Okay.
John Mensah.
Okay.
I can give you the starting lineup from the first game up to the last game against Uruguay.
So you are saying that in 2010, Appiah was not fit.
He wasn't even good enough to command the starting lineup.
How much more 22?
How much 2020?
That's 12 years later. Yeah, it's a big matter. So, okay, Ajimambedu.
Ajimambedu is still playing. He's with Accra Great Olympics.
That's what you call still playing?
Yeah, he's playing.
With Great Olympics?
He's playing.
Okay,
he's playing.
Yeah, that's okay.
But like, we've moved on.
So, and no to Ajimambedu as well?
We've moved on. Even someone like Mubarak Wakasu, who has just switched come from China to Belgium Jupiler League to cast upon, has been overlooked. Not to talk of Emmanuel Ajimambedu.
So Ajimambedu out?
We've moved on. I think we've moved on.
I see. Sule Ali Muntari.
He's also had his chances. He's been in 2006, 2010, 2014. He's also had the chances.
So you don't want any old player to play the team?
None of them.
Hey, but why? That's not fair.
Yeah, no. Hey, there was one day we were doing program on Kesben FM.
Yeah.
One guy sent a question and he was like, why was it that those 60s, when we have the likes of Reverend Osei Kofi and all those great players, we were not being able to qualify to World Cup? But it's just recent years that we were able to qualify.
It's a technicality of the game. We didn't understand the technical aspect of the game.
No, there were various factors that...
Like what?
That by 60s, how many African nations were independent of themselves?
32.
And by 60s, how many sports were African teams having at the World Cup? It was in 1970.
It was 2 or so, yeah.
It was in 1970 that Africa was granted a one sport.
Zaire took it and messed up.
No, it was Morocco.
Zaire
went in 1974.
74, that's when they got beaten.
Yes.
Okay.
And then 78, Tunisia went.
No, but even if you take Ghana in particular, for instance, it is when our players started going to play abroad. That's when we were able to overcome the North African challenge. You know, North Africans were beating us at international level. We could manage them at club level. Once in a while, Kotoko will beat Ali, or Hearts will beat Esperance, something like that. But they were dominating at the club level. International level, they were completely dominating us. What happened, what changed, was that our players now went to Europe and got accustomed to the higher standard of technical preparation. We had the talent more than them, but we didn't have the technical preparation. So when they came to the Accra Sports Stadium, Algeria came to Accra Sports Stadium in, say, 1987, we will outplay them, but they will score us. Because technically they were aware. I remember I watched a game with Libya. Libya came to play in the late 80s at the stadium. And when the free kick came, typically in the Ghana Premier League, free kicks were not manned by a long wall. So everybody in the stadium, free kick is just two people. Just two people standing there kicking the free kick. That's how they play it. So the Libyans came and they considered a free kick, and they manned a wall of about 6 players. And the whole stadium, I was small, they were talking, is that how they do in the wall like the Germans do it? But that's part of the technical thing that we didn't have. So Kofi picks the ball, he's dribbling nicely. He knows how to play football, as we say it, on ball or Adom-Otchere. But beyond that, there's a technical preparation that you need to win a game that has 11 on each side. It is when we started going to Europe that we now picked up the technical thing. So now when we play Algeria, we're not scared anymore. Now if you draw Ghana against Morocco, in fact, when we draw against Nigeria, we preferred Egypt. Yeah. We know that Egypt, we can beat them. Yeah. But Nigeria, we were scared. Because now we have the technical competence, because we are going to Europe and they are showing us what to do. They are teaching us what food to eat, what exercises to do, what gym regime for the players to go. Kofi didn't go through any gym regime. He just knows how to play ball. Yeah. So he's on the field and he's playing ball. It's far beyond that. So now our players abroad can match. Why are we thinking we can win the World Cup? It's not because of the Ghana Premier League. It's because we know that the standards of players we are bringing, they are the same standard as the other side. And if we can put our act together, we can beat them. So Neymar is not going to play in PSG colours. He's going to play in Brazil colours. Brazil national team, like every national team, is limited to the choices of players you can have. You are not a club side that you can buy everybody. You are limited. So they may be deficit in left back. They will never be able to fill it because you can't buy. So that's what makes the World Cup an even kill, that we can also win. Anybody can win. Because if we have the right back strength and we have it, we have it. If you don't have it, you can't buy it. So they are looking at England and looking at Maguire, for instance, the Manchester United defender. And a lot of people are laughing at England and saying that is that their defender for the World Cup. If England could buy for the World Cup, they would have bought somebody else. If Spain could buy, if Canada could buy, they would have bought somebody else. But if Canada is drawn against Ghana at the World Cup, I know we'll beat them big time. We'll beat them plenty goals because they can't buy. So that's what makes the World Cup very good. So what's your final comment for those sports journalists who think some of the old players should come back?
They should not even think of that. They should not even think of that.
Wow.
This is my honest opinion.
No Roger Miller.
They should not even think.
Roger Miller is for Cameroon. Ghana, we don't do that. No Stephen Appiah.
Well, if you are going to bring this argument, a lot of people also make case for those old players who have gone.
But there's no.
Abedi Pele, Tony Bafu.
To come
a lot of people also have.
No, they can't play 2022.
The same also applies for Stephen Appiah.
Do you have any messages on this one?